What's up guys, MickeyMoTiOnZ here, and this is a Formula 1 2013 forum episode, and this is basically where we will talk about all the news, current news that's going on. And in this episode we're going to be talking about all the new launches of the Formula 1 cars, of course, for this year. Unfortunately there's only been a few cars which have been launched, and that goes from Red Bull to Lotus. So we're going to be going in order of the latest cars. Now guys, you have to remember there are some teams which have not launched their cars yet, such as Mercedes, so we will be doing another episode for that next week. Red Bull unveiled on Sunday their new car, which Adrian Newey has called it an evolutionary new car to defend their World Championship titles, which is quite interesting to hear, because last year they concentrated a lot on their car to try and make sure they could win the championship for 2012. So it's going to be quite interesting to see if the car can perform for this year. Now they do have that ugly step in their car, which is quite unusual because most of the other teams have covered it with a vanity panel, and obviously that is that ugly step from last year. So it's going to be quite interesting to see. Lotus have done the same thing as well. I think it's because they decided that it may just put extra unnecessary weight on the car. Ferrari have unveiled their new Formula 1 car, admitting they have to change the performance at the start of the year, because there seems to be some kind of trend going on where Ferrari always seem to do bad at the start of the season. Ferrari obviously need to keep their car reliable, but obviously try to make sure they perform, because Alonso was bringing the team forward out of nowhere. I mean, if they didn't have Alonso performing, I don't think Ferrari would have been in their position that they were last year. I think that Alonso did a very, very good job to make sure that Ferrari were performing. And with the car that they had, it was unbelievable. I mean, if you had a different driver, like I said, you know, no one would be able to perform like that. Look at Felipe Massa, he wasn't able to perform either. He only managed to start performing near to the end of the season. Team boss Stefano Domenicali said that the key objective is to immediately deliver a competitive car, which is obviously what Ferrari really need for this year. They need to make sure they have a competitive car, so that with the performance of Alonso combined, they can become a world champion. What happened last year was Alonso was bringing the team forward, so that actually affected his championship, because if he had the faster car, of course, then obviously Ferrari may have been able to get a world championship in their hands. Ferrari have restructured the team and changed their approach to the aerodynamic design work in the wake of problems last year. Alonso said that he's skipping the test in Jerez to let Felipe Massa and Pedro La Rosa do some work driving and doing their testing. And Alonso's only going to be driving in February on the 19th in Barcelona. So it's going to be quite interesting to see if that will affect Alonso's performance at all. Alonso seems quite confident, so we'll see what will happen. Right then, so Sauber, the Swiss team, and they said that they will be able to improve on what they did last year. They feel that they were very competitive last year, but unfortunately the drivers weren't able to perform, which is why they got their new drivers. Sauber finished on the podium 4 times last year, and they finished in 6th in the Constructors' Championship, but obviously they still want to do better. Their car has some new design features as well. Last year they had a design similar to the Red Bull. This year they have adopted the approach taken by McLaren and Ferrari, so that's going to be quite interesting to see if that will help them at all, taking those ideas, and maybe they can have better performance this year, and maybe they might be competitive. Moving on to Force India, Paul Di Resta launched the car on his own, because they still haven't got a new driver yet, so we're going to have to wait and see who the new driver will be. The new car is quite similar to the old car, looks very similar, but apparently you know, underneath the car everything's all new and improved for this year. The BBC Formula 1 technical analyst Gary Anderson So the team have been successful in producing a neat and tidy car, which looks like to be a new step forward from the final race of the season. I feel that there's going to be a top 4 teams that are going to be fighting each other. It's not going to be top 3, like people are saying. It's going to be Lotus, McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull. Those 4 teams will be fighting off for, you know, their group, in their little group, and then they're going to have the mid-range people, where it's going to be a Mercedes, Toro Rosso, Force India, so, and Williams, you can't forget. So yeah, that's what I predict for this year. Force India have also made the same approach this year as Ferrari and McLaren. They have decided to use the vanity panel to hide the stepped nose on their car. Right, moving on to McLaren. Jenson Button and Perez launched the car, and Button says he hasn't been so excited for many years. McLaren said they took a few risks with the car last year, and that meant that they had reliability issues, which really did affect them. I think Hamilton would have performed a lot more better for sure if they didn't have so many reliability issues, and I think that was the main reason why, you know, Hamilton left. I mean, for years and years and years now, McLaren have, you know, had reliability issues, and it's been like a trend for like the last 10 years, and it's never seemed to change. I mean, 2005, 2006, McLaren could have done so much better for sure. They could have you know, got Kimi Raikkonen or Juan Pablo Montoya to do well. McLaren have gone for the same front wing design as Ferrari, so that's going to be quite interesting to see. I think McLaren will be obviously in contention for the World Championship, and it's going to be quite interesting to see what will happen in the first few races. Okay, moving on to the first car which was launched, and that is Lotus. Lotus unveiled their new 2013 car with Kimi Raikkonen and Grosjean. The team principal Eric Bollier says Lotus have set a minimum target of 3rd in the Constructors' Championship, 1 place better than 2012, which is going to be interesting. They seem to be really confident to be a contender for the World Championship. I mean, Kimi Raikkonen, you know, obviously did really well last year, his first year back, retiring for a few years. So it's going to be quite interesting to see if Kimi Raikkonen can pull it off. Obviously, Grosjean's going to be under pressure because he did have a bad year in 2012 with those incidents. He always had a crash almost every single race. It was like the Maldonado. The technical director said he has not put the vanity panel because it will just put extra unnecessary weight. So that was it for today. We're gonna do a part 2 soon when all the other teams have launched their cars. Mercedes will be launching their car tomorrow. They did fail last, I think it was yesterday actually, and they decided not to launch their car because they were having issues on their website to stream. So Monday, fingers crossed, it will actually work. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a new way of doing my videos. I was thinking, you know, try and do something different, and hopefully this might work out for me, because I just want to keep the F1 gameplay separate from the real Formula 1 news, if you get what I mean. Maybe once in a while I might put some gameplay in, but I feel that it would be better to just keep it separate and keep it similar to the Gun Shop. And if you don't know who he is, he's Call of Duty. He used to do Call of Duty videos, and he used to bring out the news and gaming news and stuff like that and give his own opinion on it. So I'm trying to move on from that, and hopefully I can use that to grow my channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, please comment on what you think, and also give me some feedback what you guys think I should do to improve the series. Do you think I should continue with this, or should I just put F1 gameplay instead? So yeah, this is MickeyMoTiOnZ. I'm out. See you.